Absolutely not. That is the message that voters sent last week when they decided to eject representatives from the State House and send Donald Trump into the White House. And rather than recognizing the will of the people and deciding to restore Republicans to the State House, Democrats have embarked on an effort of retaliation and retribution to cram through all of the—
Do you have a comment specifically about the legislation? Do you have a comment specifically about the legislation?
This is a bill that's been sitting for 6 months and has done nothing with, but then at the last second you bring it up, you amend it, you think that we don't realize that you tried to ban carry everywhere that had a liquor license, every gas station. If the combined IQ of the individuals who proposed this bill didn't catch that 6 months ago, then they shouldn't be serving as legislatures. Now, to the bill itself. This is supposed to be about keeping people safe because people with CPLs are out there committing so much violence in the Capitol and everywhere else. Well, thankfully, the Michigan State Police actually compiles a CPL report every single year. And I can tell you that I have the stats right here, and the crime rate of CPL holders in the state of Michigan is 0.002%. That is half as much as police officers. Now, in terms of specifically in this Capitol, the only documented incident of somebody being shot or killed took place in 1997, by the New York Times cataloged it, when 2 Michigan State police officers shot and killed each other because one of them, a female, was being bullied because she was fat. I'm not making that up. So that's the only time that quote-unquote gun violence has ever taken place within this building. But rather than banning police officers from carrying in the Capitol, we're going to flip it on its head, give them impunity to carry, but ban civilians from carrying the Capitol. And that's just totally ridiculous. It contradicts literally what's happened in history. Now, with respect to what this legislation and who it targets, let's be very clear. This is legislation that targets white people. It is racial, because the people who carry in the Capitol are primarily white, people who have CPLs are primarily white, and this is retaliation for the only demographic that overwhelmingly voted to support Donald Trump. And that is why it is being taken out on us, because you don't like us, and that's how it is. If we want to address gun violence, we would be focusing on the people who bring guns into communities and shoot people, like where I live in Detroit and where you represent, Stephanie Chang, which are overwhelmingly 13 to 34-year-old sub-Saharan African. Those are the people who—
Move on.
I am testifying.
Thank you for your testimony. Yep, and I am the chair, and I have gaveled you down. So are there any questions from committee members?
Armed guards, remove me. Armed men with guns, remove me.
Are there any questions from committee members?
Oh, I have.
Senator Runstead.
Did I just hear you call a group of people by some epithet?
Yes.
And number 2, the idea that this is aimed at white people. I know so many different groups from minority communities that are armed, that carry concealed. It's just a ridiculous argument.
Senator Johnson.
The term that you used is inappropriate, and it will not get you anywhere in this legislature.
Madam Clerk, could you read in the cards?
Regarding Senate Bills 857, 858, Patrick White, representing himself, opposed, and he provided written testimony.